Hi folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, as you know, bass fishing isn't open in Region 6 where most of us live. And so it's not legal to even catch and release bass in Region 6. You got to avoid them. It's not easy to avoid bass because we've got a lot of them in our area, and right now they have come into areas where we are. But I think what I wanted to tell you is that when I go out fishing, my big goal in the spring, number one, is to be there, to be able to be out and start a new year and be able to go fishing. But also, I've told you for so long that I love northern pike. But I don't think most of the people you see fishing in our area are going out for northern pike. Yeah, it's legal, and the season begins May 1st, and we've had a lot of time to go after them, and I've had wonderful fishing time fishing for northerns. But why don't people like them more? I don't know, and it's made me think in our world now of fishing, which is so different than when I was a kid. Catch and release is really the mantra that most of us speak. So if our reason for fishing is to catch them and then hopefully release them so that we can catch them again and again as we go on with our life, then why do we prefer one fish over the other? Why are northern pike not seen in, and they really aren't. They're not favored by most fishermen, but bass are. Well, if we're not keeping any of these fish, then how well they taste or whatever shouldn't be a consideration. So if that's the case, then why don't more people love to fish for carp? Because we're not eating them, and carp they're quite a challenge. And they're going to offer you a greater experience of a fight if while you're fishing is to feel that fish pounding on the other end of the rod. Then why don't more people love carp? Instead, we disregard them. In most cases, people don't even go fishing for them. And I know there's a lot of you listening that love carp, and I'm not downing them in any way. Our junior carp tournaments that get kids involved fishing is a wonderful way to be in the outdoors. And we've got one of the greatest carp populations in the world. Why don't more people like catfish or like catching freshwater drum, which battle unbelievably? I'm not asking you to answer that. What I'm asking you to do is think about it. Think about how I think it's about tradition. I think it's no different than what political party we tend to believe, the rhetoric that comes from either side based on our family, based on the group of people that we hang out with the most. And I think it's the same thing with fish. I think for generations and generations, we pass down sort of the history and the behavior that the generation before us had. And so if our dads or our grandfathers loved to go trout fishing, then we tend to sort of worship at the throne of trout. And I think this is an important thing because here in our area, we have every kind of species. We've got every type of freshwater species, and there's wonderful opportunities for just about anybody, no matter what they like to fish for. But it's interesting to me how I can go out and crave having one of these vicious, toothy creatures called a northern pike attack my lure, give me a wonderful battle, and then hopefully I'm able to return it to the water so it can do it again, and other people could care less. It's just one of those things about life. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.